Hi, and welcome to AE Help's IELTS test preparation videos. This lesson is taken from www.aehelp.com. For more lessons like this and lots more help with Task 1 writing, as well as other parts of the academic IELTS, please visit us there and join the full course. Alright, so in this lesson, we will be looking at an academic IELTS Task 1 writing. Okay, so now that I've gone through the necessary steps of preparation, I'm ready to begin writing my response. So this is writing the response. Writing a strong response. So again, the first part is the description. You need to indent 5 spaces. It is a new paragraph. So let's begin describing it. For the first sentence, just simply use the paraphrase of the question. So these two bar charts depict the quantity of tourists to two metropolitan areas, Seattle and Niagara Falls. The y-axis, or here we need to use a plural, of course, because we have 2 y-axes. So the plural for axis is axes. So the y-axes indicate the number of visitors with intervals of 500,000. Notice here that I'm mentioning the intervals, but I'm not mentioning the minimum maximum because I'm going to compare that in my analysis. But it is a good idea that you tell your reader that you're observant and you're clear about what you're looking at. Nice use of academic words here with intervals. And then again, your job when you describe a graph or chart is to change mechanical language, so numbers, into human language. So instead of saying 500,000, make it more human, say 500,000. Okay, and then the y-axis, the x-axis. So the x-axis show the months of the year from January to December. Okay, and again, before you sit the IELTS, just make sure that with common measurements and words like days of the week and months of the year, you're very clear on the spelling of these words. These should be accurate, so if you're not sure, make sure you review them, not just for the writing, but also this is very important for the listening section. So anyway, so the x-axis shows the months of the year from January to December. This gives a general description of these two bar graphs or bar charts. Now I'm ready to continue on with the analysis part of this response, using, of course, the points that I found and rank ordered from most to least important, number 1 to number 4 or 5, before I started writing. So let's use those, and let's compose the analysis. And the analysis you can follow right underneath. In previous videos, I mentioned that you can write it all as one big paragraph, which is still okay, but since then, I do give the advice that it's a good idea to separate the description from the analysis and the conclusion, just so it's more clear for the reader. So we're going to continue now with the analysis. All right, so for the analysis part, just simply go step by step through the points that you have already indicated on the bar charts for comparison. So again, indent your 5 spaces, separate this out as a new paragraph just to make it clear for the examiner. And then let's begin with our first point. So here, we notice that the total number of visitors per month is significantly higher to Niagara Falls than to Seattle. And this, of course, is mostly indicated by looking at not the form of the graph, but the y-axis, and observing that the maximum for Niagara is 4.5 million, as where for Seattle it's 2.5. So the main difference between tourism in these two cities are the overall flow of visitors. Okay, and then you want to definitely explain this point a little bit more clearly. So the y-axis for Niagara Falls has a maximum limit of 4.5 million, as where the y-axis for Seattle is 2.5 million. Okay, and then we can look at the highest bars to explain this difference. So the reason for this difference is that the greatest number of tourists in the months of July and August reaches 4 million in Niagara Falls and only half of that in Seattle. So of course that's 2 million. So therefore you don't need to have a bar graph with such a high upper limit as for Niagara Falls. Again, notice the human language. So it reaches 4 million in Niagara Falls and only half of that in Seattle. Now, not only did I compare the difference in the overall flow of visitors, but I was also able to indicate the months of July and August as having the highest number of visitors in both of these cities at 4 and 2 million. All right, so I'm continuing on from here with my second point, which is to state that mostly both of these bar graphs show a similar pattern. So pay close attention to the information that is similar between the two. Of course, firstly here, we notice that the x-axis, January to December, is identical in both graphs. It's really important that you catch this kind of connection. Do remember that there's always a connection between graphs when you have multiple graphs, and you must make that connection to get a high score. So let's continue on. So continuing with the analysis, nevertheless, to see the rest of this video and for lots more help with the Task 1 academic writing, as well as other parts of the IELTS exam, please visit us at www.aehelp.com and join the full course.